Hello friends, Loveu Ashraf here. Hope everything's okay with you. We will travel around the world again and we will show you these amazing, incredible underground attractions. Hope you like it. Gruta do Janelo, located in Minas Gerais, Brazil. Besides large stalactites, the cave boasts rock art that goes back around 10,000 years. Why it's worth going underground? There are many amazing underground caves, but the Gruta do Janelo differentiates itself by having large patches of vegetation. The cave has several natural openings and sunlight comes in. Combined with the high moisture of the cave walls, this is an ideal environment for small forests to grow underground. This limestone cave is the largest in the region, stretching horizontally to a total of 4,740 meters. The cave is riddled with small crevices and skylights which allow natural light to seep through. As a result, many forests have grown around the Perosho River that runs through the cave, creating a unique ecosystem combining forest wildlife and plants with cave-dwelling creatures. The cave also features an enormous 28-meter-long stalactite. The vegetation outside the cave is lushy with trees measuring up to 60 meters tall. Rock-hewn churches located in Lalibela, Utopia. The churches continue to be used for Utopian Orthodox Christian services and are an important pilgrimage site. Why it's worth going underground? The UNESCO World Heritage Site was chiseled in the 13th century. The purpose of King Gebre Meskel Lalibela, who commissioned the 11 churches that make up this site, was to recreate the holy city. The results continue to inspire awe for everyone lucky enough to visit. In a mountainous region in the heart of Utopia, some 645 kilometers from Addis Ababa, 11 medieval monolithic churches were carved out of rock. The churches were not constructed in a traditional way, but rather were hewn from the living rock of monolithic blocks. These blocks were further chiseled out, forming doors, windows, columns, various floors, roofs, etc. This gigantic work was further completed with an extensive system of drainage ditches, trenches, and ceremonial passages, some with openings to hermit caves and catacombs. The rock-hewn churches of Lalibela are still preserved in their natural settings. Paris Catacombs, located in Paris, France. The catacombs serve as a final resting place for the remains of more than 6 million people. Why it's worth going underground? Paris has always been a city that has more people than it does space. During the 18th century, this meant that the city's graveyards had no more space for the recently deceased. The solution to this problem was to remove bones from literally millions of graves and place them in a quarry underneath the city. The bones are arranged in purposeful displays that have made the catacombs a must-see Parisian attraction. Is it illegal to go into the Paris catacombs? Visiting them is illegal and considered trespassing, although it's mostly tolerated by locals. If caught, trespassers face a small fine. A small portion of the catacombs is open to the public or tourists. Gucci Tunnels, located in Ho Chi Minh, Vietnam. In order to allow for visitors to fit inside the tunnels, some have been slightly widened. This means that the tunnels were often even smaller than how visitors experienced them. Why it's worth going underground. Used during the First Indochina War against the French and then in the Vietnam War with the US and its allies, these tunnels were part of guerrilla warfare tactics. Tiny latches that fit only one person led to tunnels that needed to be crawled through. The tunnels themselves led to underground villages from which the Viet Cong operated. The tunnels were used by Viet Cong soldiers as hiding spots during combat, as well as serving as communication and supply routes, hospitals, food and weapon, caches, and living quarters for numerous North Vietnamese fighters. The tunnel system were of great importance to the Viet Cong in their resistance to American forces and helped to counter the growing American military effort. American soldiers used the term Black Echo to describe the conditions within the tunnels. For the Viet Cong, life in the tunnels was difficult. Air, food, and water were scarce, and the tunnels were infested with ants, venomous centipedes, snakes, scorpions, spiders, and rodents. Most of the time, soldiers would spend the day in the tunnels working or resting and come out only at night to tend their crops or engage the enemy in battle. Basilica Cistern, located in Istanbul, Turkey. Many of the columns as well as the statues found in the water reservoir were taken from older temples around what is now Istanbul. Why it's worth going underground. Built in 532 AD during the Byzantine Empire, this cistern is the largest in Istanbul. The structure is supported by more than 300 imposing columns, making it one of the world's most interesting water reservoirs. Locals in the area used to fish carp from holes beneath their basement, which led to a curious Frenchman leading an effort that ultimately ended with the public rediscovery of the cistern. What was the Basilica Cistern used for? The enlarged cistern provided a water filtration system for the Great Palace of Constantinople and other buildings on the first hill, and continued to provide water to the Topkapi Palace after the Ottoman conquest in 1453 and into the modern times. Why is Medusa head upside down? The upside-down Medusa was placed that way specifically because she would be the same height right side up. It is said that Medusa was one of the three underground Gorgona giant sisters. When Perseus saw that Medusa was bewitched and she was turning people into stone by a mere glance, he cut her head. Batu Caves, located in Gombak, Malaysia. During Thaipusam celebrations, Tamil Hindus come to the cave and climb its 272 steps while carrying offerings. Why it's worth going underground. Not far from Kuala Lumpur, the Batu Caves are a series of caverns that are also used as Hindu temples. They are dedicated to Lord Murugan and have various colorful shrines that depict Hindu legends and where practitioners come to bring offerings. With a natural opening that lets in light, the temple cave is the most astonishing part and attracts the most visitors. What is so special about Batu Caves? The cave is one of the most popular Hindu shrines outside India and is dedicated to Lord Murugan. It is the focal point of the Tamil festival of the Thaipusam in Malaysia. Batu Caves, in short, also referred as tent caves or hill for Lord Muruga, as there are 6 important holy shrines in India and 4 more in Malaysia. What is inside the Batu Caves? Batu Caves' jagged limestone hillside is home to three main caverns. The largest and most popular is known as Temple Cave, which has a ceiling over 300 feet high. Inside the late cave, you will find various Hindu shrines and ornate depictions bringing legends to life. Vatican Necropolis, located in Holy See. The attraction only allows 250 visitors a day, divided into groups of 12. Why it's worth going underground? Located underneath St. Peter's Basilica, the Vatican Necropolis is one of Europe's most underrated attractions. The main attraction of the necropolis is said to be the bones of St. Peter himself. There is also a 1st century pagan burial, mosaics, and sarcophagi. How old is the Vatican Necropolis? Located about 5 stories below the architectural marvel that is St. Peter's Basilica, the ruins of the necropolis date back to the founding of the Roman Empire. The necropolis was first discovered in 1940s when Pope Pius XI requested excavations to be carried out under. The Vatican Necropolis, which can access with the Vatican Necropolis Excavator, is thus thousands of years old. The pagan section dates back to the 1st century AD. By the 5th century AD, Christian mausoleums began to appear. The necropolis is located on the Vatican Hill slopes, and in the mid-20th century, Pope Pius decided to excavate the area in order to find St. Peter's burial place. The necropolis was therefore uncovered and remains a site of much interest to this day. Milestone Winery, located in Chisinau, Moldova. Red wine accounts for 70% of the millions of bottles stored here. Why it's worth going underground? As the largest wine cellar in the world, Milestone can only be reached by car. Visitors will see rows and rows of wine bottles organized in an underground system that closely resembles a normal street. Buying wine to take home can be a difficult choice given that there are around 2 million bottles stored here. Milestone was founded in 1969 to store, preserve, and mature high-quality wines. In August 2005, Milestone was registered in the Guinness World Records as the biggest wine collection in the world. The complex holds nearly 2 million bottles. More than 70% of the stored wines are red, 20% are white, and about 10% are dessert wines. So that's it for today, my friends. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for your support. And if you're new to our channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell to get notified whenever we post our new videos. Thank you all so much again, and hope you like our video for today. Love you all. Bye for now.